everybody. It's me, Silent Eric, and we have some card reveals today. This one is gonna be pretty quick. We have the Spectral Surveyor, a 3 mana 2/2 lifesteal that is from Shadow Isles and Targon. We have the Armed Acquisitioner, 2 mana 3/1 from Noxus and Shurima. The Portal Pioneer, 2 mana 1/1 with a tune. A 3 mana 2/3 Challenger. That one's pretty solid actually. From Demacia and Freljord. And then a 3 mana 1/4 Elusive in Bilgewater and P&Z. And they all have the same text. Pick an Explorer spell to create in hand. So you could think of these as being similar to Weapon Masters. But the thing is, these do not share a subtype or a keyword, which means that it is less likely for there to be a Runeterra champion to bind them all together. Not impossible. There could be something similar to Jax, but for the Explorers Guild. By the way, thematically, these are all people from the Piltover Explorers Guild. Same as Ezreal, same as a couple of cards that you can only find in Path of Champions. But anyway, these are Explorers Guild. There might be small, very small chance of a Runeterra champion that binds all these together and allows you to run them all, but I don't think that's going to be the case. So you're only ever going to be able to get up to 2 of these, which is unfortunate if you're trying to do a Tristana deck and you just want even more dual region things. You'll be able to run Portal Pioneer, and you'll be able to run whatever other region you're running. As long as it isn't Ionia, you'll be able to get 2. And that's pretty nice. That's good. Always nice to see Tristana get a little bit more options. But you're not going to be able to flood your board with this. Let's see what these Explore spells are. They're all 2 mana spells, and they're either slow or focus, so nothing fast speed, nothing burst. First up, Explorer's Blunder. Disable an enemy's positive keywords this round, and again at next round start. So that is not a full-on silence, because it won't get rid of buffs and changes to stats. But it is reminiscent of Quicksand, which is a thing you can find in Shurima. So generally useful. You'll find some use for this, as long as they're not, well, even if they are open attacking, because it affects it for 2 rounds. You'll be able to get rid of Elusive, get rid of Challenger, or Overwhelm, and just generally help yourself survive against the enemy, whatever enemy keywords they're running. Explorer's Malfunction. 2 mana slow, destroy a unit's equipment. Situational, of course, but very useful to have in that situation. Explorer's Refreshments. 2 mana, focus, speed, heal an ally or your Nexus 2. That is very mana inefficient. But you'll be able to get this in regions that don't have access to healing at all. So this is probably... This and Explorer's Blunder are going to be the 2 that you most often take in a normal matchup. Because the last one is Explorer's Excavation, which is 2 mana slow, destroy a landmark. So, this is giving every region a fairly cheap way to deal with equipment and landmarks, and it's giving you options if you just happen to not run into a deck that's running those. You can always take the refreshments or the blunder. So, all in all, what does that mean for these cards? They're all 2 mana or 3 mana, so they're very early game. They are generally understated. They're understated by about 1 mana or so. 2 mana, 1/1 attune is like probably about a 1 mana effect, but they're all generating this card. And they're not just generating any card, they're generating your choice of one of 4 situational effects. The healing is the least efficient, but the one that will always be useful. The keyword one will most likely be useful in almost any matchup, probably just not against a control. And then destroying equipments and landmarks are going to be devastatingly useful in specific certain matchups, but not all the time. This is a really big deal. This is giving more options for any deck that might want to tech against those kinds of effects, because as of right now, they are very limited in most regions and inefficient at dealing with, especially landmarks, if not equipment. So this is very. This will be very interesting how this affects the game, and how much big, expensive landmarks will be allowed to survive if these things are in the pool. Because can a back alley bar style deck dominate when people could just run this in any region and get essentially 4 to 5 cost, destroy a landmark, and you have a blocker that's like not bad. You have anything from essentially a fearsome blocker. The lifesteal one's just going to be really good. The attune one is the cheapest one, basically, because it's partially refunding the cost of the spell you're going to play. Challenger might be the most useful. Elusive's going to be really good for plunder, blocking elusives. Yeah, there's not really that much more to say about this. It'll be interesting to see how this shakes up the meta, or at the very least tamps down on certain strategies becoming too widely used, especially when it comes to equipment, I think. You'll have a hard time running Jax decks when these are around. But that's all we got for today, actually. It's just these cards. Tomorrow will most likely be, if not the full reveal, at the very least it'll just be the support cards for Volibear. It might be actually Volibear, we'll see. And then the 13th, so this coming Wednesday, we will have the cards. Most likely with that time schedule, it's going to be tomorrow, Volibear support stuff. Tuesday, no, it'd be tomorrow we'd get Volibear. Tuesday is the early access day for content creators. And then Wednesday, the common man, the rest of us, get to play the game. So, look forward to it. Tell me what you think about these. I think these are going to be good, but I don't think they're overwhelmingly good. But they're mostly just going to tamp down on certain strategies. Do you agree? Let me know down in the comments. Leave a like and subscribe for more content like this. We'll have at least 1 or 2 more days of these reveals. And you guys have a good one.